It's week 6 of the NFL, and we'll get a look here at rookie Kenneth Walker. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Seahawks and the Cardinals, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in pretty desperate here for a win as they've started the year 0-5.
And it seems way too early to start talking about hot seats. But guess what? When a team is 0-5, people start wondering about their jobs.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Arizona's offense takes the field, and no surprises, the man that's guiding them, the Pro Bowler in his 4th season at the wheel of this offense, Kyler Murray.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll start with the option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow, the first play of the game. Big run.
Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Yeah, slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center. Guy who broke into the league as a starter back in
Just missed a 75-yard touchdown run for Kyler Murray. First play of the game.
Because they have a lot of confidence in their talent, too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, Just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense. Get things going and see how things settle in.
And not much to speak of.
Yeah, man, it's simple little option play, man, and they just, my receiver blocked the safety, and man, it was wide open.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
On 2nd and 9, Smith. That's complete to Penny Hart. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5.
C. Hopkins is out for a week. Sprained ankle, I think.
For this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone is adopted.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Oh, what a play. What a play by the defense.
The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's more on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me. And that's what we have to
man, gosh, 24 yards off the left guard.
Any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league. Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their 1st quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now, this defense for the Cardinals, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Damn. That was a good drive by them that time.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. So, partner, was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets the job done on this drive.
That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from the rookie, Ken Walker. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First carry now. This is Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Cardinals hit a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Murray a give. This is Conner. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Right, get some space. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's second down. Murray flips us forward on a jet sweep. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. We're going to take this to about the 10-yard line. It's a good game of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. But somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
45 yards on the ground for him so far. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They fake the handoff. Now Murray rolling to his right. This is caught. Touchdown. Steven Anderson. His third touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7.
Yeah, his third touchdown of the year in the goal line.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. After one, 17-7 is our score. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. Finding Lockett for the catch here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Walker now on 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll run this with Homer. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The fullback dive held up short. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And that was just brute strength against brute strength. And defensive brute one out there.
We often talk about leverage in a game. Offensive line versus defensive line. Who can get lower and create some space? In this case, as you pointed out, the defensive line got it done.
And they went to the fullback dive, could not get the first. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Here's Murray. Out to his left. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go on?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times at any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now Gino on first down. Eluding the press, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Gino. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He hits his target, Lockett. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. From the red zone now, Smith. Being chased out left. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Gino now to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. 1st down by Noah Fant. You're reminded watching him play that he's one of the most athletic tight ends we saw coming out of college in recent years. Every route and every catch can be turned into a bigger play with what he can do as an athlete in the open field. A nice big play from him there for the 1st down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Ready.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Walker once more. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. He completes this to Walker. No gain on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Myers' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Forced out to his left. Able to get this one to McBride. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both, because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. We had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night, and then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. Ball at the 23, second and 8. To throw, it's Murray. Screen play set up for Williams. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Conner up the middle. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returnable for Lockett. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break, all square. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And right now, this is a 13-point game as they come up on halftime. Rashard Higgins, a touchdown catch in that first half. Let's stay in the AFC West and check out what's going on with the Chiefs at home in Arrowhead. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. The Falcons are able to level their record at 3-3 with the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. already started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Penny Hart, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And that one complete to Hart. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He's got his big tight end, Fan. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing again on second down. Smith. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Smith throwing again. Throw out wide to Walker. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Always important as a defender on third down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Myers' kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Murray going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it. That last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Throwing on first down is Murray. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. 6 yards left on 2nd down. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. This one swung out to Williams. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Connor. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Connor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Prater for the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know that we've seen their share of struggles, and the quarterback's been hit a few times in this game, but this one can't be put on the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time to throw the football. I think ultimately he has to be a lot more decisive in his decision-making and get rid of it and find an open target.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Now Smith. It's complete to Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Back to throw, Smith. Buying time to his left. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, 32 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The football going back over to Arizona now. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Play fake. Murray. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's complete to Brown, right side. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Murray. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This will be caught once again by Brown. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's the option going right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive took a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray sliding out of the pocket. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Prater's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now Geno. This is the tight end fan. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. To the air again, Smith. And completes it again to Metcalf. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Throwing now is Geno. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Let's go now.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. Geno down to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Second down and goal. Smith. That's caught at the 2. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Smith on third and goal. Dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Myers' kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up second down. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Here's Murray. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down. Here's Connor on the read option, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Shotgun now for Murray. Ertz has it left side. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They run. It's Williams. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
1st down, Murray. Caught by Green on the out route. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They run behind center with Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Murray now on 1st down. That pass complete to Moore. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Back to throw, Murray. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Now Murray. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Murray to run again. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Murray to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here we go with Williams. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Extra point good by Prater, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 4. At time, a huge factor. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hart. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now Smith. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that should just about put this one in the win column for the Cardinals. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And they take a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. They knew how to quiet this rival stadium, Charles. I mean, not only did they get the win, but they get the win by taking the lead in the 4th quarter to hand their division opponent a big loss.
And they're elated, and they should be, because they did exactly that. Went to a rival's house and stunned them, and did it with a 4th quarter comeback. And every team in the league prides itself on controlling the 4th quarter. It's even more difficult when you don't do it at home against a division rival.
So for the Cards, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.